In this video, we will be talking about SAAS Tutoring, the policies, procedure, and structure of our tutoring program. My name is Corrine Hay, and I am the Assistant Director for Learning Resources, and I oversee and run the SAAS Tutoring program. So the structure of our tutoring program, we are structured a little bit differently than on-campus tutoring or even tutoring at other institutions or universities that you might be familiar with. So our tutoring is free for all student athletes. It is pre-scheduled at the beginning of the quarter, so you will submit a tutoring request before classes start, and we will actually go in and schedule all of your tutoring at the start of the quarter, and it'll run for the duration of the 10 weeks. This is a weekly commitment. You have the option of meeting with the tutor 1 or 2 times a week, but once that schedule is set, you are expected to meet with the tutor on a regular basis. Our tutoring is either one-on-one sessions or small group tutoring sessions. All of this tutoring is content specific. So whatever class you are signed up for tutoring for, that tutor is really highly an expert in that particular class and that particular course. And so they'll be able to provide really specific guidance for that class. Our tutoring is focused on general education requirements and prereq courses. So this just means that we offer tutoring in a variety of classes and courses, but really focus on those first 1 to 2 years of your time here at UW. How do you know if you have tutoring? So if you are signed up for tutoring, you will be able to check your schedule by looking at your retained calendar and viewing your tutoring schedule. So when you log into Retain and you're on your dashboard, if you click on My Schedule, it will take you to your calendar. And here you'll be able to view a variety of different appointments, including your tutoring. So in this light blue color would be your tutoring sessions. As you can see here, this student is scheduled for tutoring on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. If you hover over that appointment in Retain, you'll be able to view the details of that appointment, including the time of the appointment, what course it's for, and who your tutor is. Where is tutoring located? So our tutoring program operates in a hybrid model, which means that during the day, so any appointments scheduled between 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. will occur in person in Ackerley. All tutoring that happens in the evening, so after 5 p.m. until about 9 p.m., will be hosted virtually on Zoom. Another way for you to check where your tutoring is located is again by looking at your calendar on Retain. And here, if it has this little camera icon, that's an indication that the session is on Zoom. Zoom tutoring. So if your session is going to be hosted on Zoom, please make sure that you have the Zoom app downloaded onto your computer or iPad or whatever device you plan to use for tutoring. It is highly recommended that you do use a laptop or an iPad to conduct your tutoring sessions. We prefer you not to use your iPhones just because the quality of the session is going to be not as great. So please make sure that you have the Zoom app downloaded and you're ready to go at the time of your first session. To join your virtual tutoring session, you will click on your tutoring appointment in Retain and use the meeting URL listed on the appointment details. So again, you can do this by clicking on the appointment in the calendar. It will take you to this pop-up, and then the meeting URL should be linked at the bottom. Our no-show policy. So we do have a no-show policy for our tutoring program. Again, our tutoring is scheduled out on a regular basis for the entirety of the quarter, and you are expected to attend all of those sessions listed on your calendar. We do know that things happen, so we do have a no-show policy set up. So if you miss one session, that would be considered a pass, free pass for you. Your second no-show or your second absence from tutoring, you will be sent a warning to you as well as to your academic team. So this might include your advisors, learning specialists, and oftentimes your advisor and or learning specialist will also send that to your coaches, and your coaches will be notified as well. If you go on to miss a third or a third tutoring session, your tutoring will be suspended for the rest of the quarter. You are able to reinstate your tutoring by making an appointment with me to sit down and talk about the reasons for your no-shows, and we can talk through a plan for potentially reinstating your tutoring. Please note that this no-show policy is an SAAS policy. Expectations and consequences for missing tutoring may vary by team, so it's really important that you understand and you know what your own team's policies are. We also to note, we do not excuse absences or cancel tutoring sessions. If you are unable to attend a tutoring session, it will count as a no-show. So again, this is why we have the policy, because we don't cancel any tutoring sessions, unless it's due for athletic related travel. We do not cancel tutoring sessions. So if you wanted to miss a tutoring session, if your parents are in town, it's your birthday, all of those things are considered unexcused absences. But this is again why we have the no-show policy, so that you can, in theory, miss one session for free per quarter. If you have a legitimate reason for being unable to attend a tutoring session, for example, if you have a scheduled surgery coming up, a doctor's appointment, you're on concussion protocol, anything like that, particularly medical related, please reach out to me with 24 hours of advance notice, and we can talk through either canceling or rescheduling your appointment so that you are not, it does not count as a no-show for you. Some policies that I want to talk through. So first being the no contact communication policy. Tutors and students are not permitted to have contact with each other outside of scheduled tutoring sessions. This means that tutors and students should not exchange any type of contact information, including cell phone numbers, social media accounts, and please refrain from calling, texting, DMing, emailing, etc. your tutor. Any communication outside of a tutoring session needs to go through me in the tutoring office. So if you do have things that you need to communicate to your tutor outside of your tutoring session, feel free to come and talk to me, and I'm happy to pass along that message to your tutor, and vice versa. If there is information that your tutor needs to get to you outside of a scheduled session, they will go through me, and I will make sure that that gets relayed to you if needed. This is a no tolerance policy. Violation of this policy will result in immediate termination of the tutor and cancellation of tutoring for you, the student. So this is a really serious policy, and we really do monitor this very closely. Another policy is the SAAS Amorous Relationship Policy. This just means that you are prohibited from having any type of romantic, sexual, or dating relationship with your tutor or any other athletic department staff. In addition to this, you are obligated to also report any knowledge or reasonable suspicion of the violation of this policy. So even if it's not you committing the violation, if you know of a friend, teammate, another student athlete or tutor that is in this situation, you are obligated to report that as well. So if you have any suspicions, just come and talk to any full-time SAAS staff, and we can help direct you in the right direction. Again, this is a no tolerance policy. Violation of this policy will result in immediate termination of the tutor and cancellation of tutoring for the student involved. Extra benefits. So this is something that you probably have heard a lot be talked about through compliance, but it does also pertain to tutoring. So in terms of tutoring, extra benefits means it is impermissible for tutors to provide student athletes with any type of extra benefit that is not stated in their contract. So this might include paying you, giving you money, giving you tickets to sporting events, giving you meals or free food, transportation, or any other special discounts. If the tutor works another job, they would not be able to give you a discount at their other part-time job. So if they work at Chipotle, they can't give you a free burrito or anything like that. Student athletes should also refrain from giving tutors anything of monetary value. So that would include, for example, giving your tutors gear, tickets to your sporting event, paying your tutor in any type of way. All of that stuff would be impermissible. So please don't do that. The only service that the tutor should be providing you is tutoring services. And please just, if you have any questions about this, it's really important. It is a compliance and NCAA rule. So if you do have questions about this, or if you're confused about anything, please just come talk to somebody and ask the questions. Academic integrity. So under no circumstance should a tutor do a student's work, including homework. Examples of what would be not allowed would be a tutor writing or typing anything for the student. So if, for example, you were talking out loud, kind of like talking through your essay, and your tutor is typing and dictating what you are saying, that would be considered an academic integrity violation. Other things include assisting with take-home exams, or tutors having direct access to any course material, including your Canvas page. So please just do not share your passwords with your tutor. In your tutoring session, you are more than welcome and encouraged to pull up your Canvas page and show your tutor and walk your tutor through the Canvas page. It would just be a violation if your tutor was able to access the Canvas page without you physically being there. So just no password sharing. Any unethical academic behavior will not be tolerated. Any acts of academic dishonesty will be reported to the Office of Student Life for further investigation by the university. Tutoring expectations. So when you show up to tutoring, these are some things that we want you to be doing. So tutoring is a resource that supplements your learning, but it does not replace going to class or doing work outside of your tutoring, your weekly tutoring. You need to come to tutoring prepared. This means having your class notes, lecture slides, other course material, and questions ready for you to ask your tutor during that session. You need to be an active participant in your session. Your tutor should not be just lecturing at you. It should really be a collaborative session where there's a lot of engagement by both you and the tutor. Like I mentioned, you need to be working independently outside of tutoring. So that means going home and doing studying or working on assignments. Tutoring is not the only time that you should be working on that class material. Please don't be afraid to ask for help or clarification when needed. If you have additional questions, even after the tutor has explained something, do not be afraid to ask for them to phrase it a different way or ask a follow-up question when needed. Your tutors are extremely knowledgeable in their field of study and their content, but they are not experts. So if they don't know the answer to something, they will help you figure out how to get to the answer and you can work through that together. But it's okay if they don't know the answer, and please don't get frustrated with that. And then obviously just treat your tutors with respect. Our tutors are undergrads, grad students as well. And so they're doing their best and they do need your respect. Tutoring contracts. You will be required to sign a tutoring contract every quarter that you are in tutoring, acknowledging that you have read and understood all of the tutoring policies. Most of the policies are things that we have just discussed through this PowerPoint, but you will be required to read through them and then sign that. If you are ever unsure about whether or not something is compliant, it's always best to ask. So just, again, ask questions, come find a SAAS staff person, and we can talk through the situation and help get you to the right person and figure out what the next steps are. And then lastly, campus tutoring is also an option. So we have a really great, robust tutoring program down here in SAAS, but there's a ton of campus tutoring options as well. So here is just a small list of the options available on campus. And there's many more. So if you are not getting the help that you need in SAAS tutoring, or if you need additional support, or if we don't have the right tutors for you during that quarter that you need it, I just want you to know that there's a ton of other options, and I'm also a great resource that can help get you connected to this. So if you have questions or are interested in campus tutoring at any point, also feel free to come talk to me, and I can help get you connected to a lot of these tutoring centers on campus. Here's my contact information. So I will leave this slide up for a minute or two. Again, my name is Corrine Hay. I am the Assistant Director of Learning Resources. My email, phone number, I am located in Ackerley, room 102. If you scan that QR code, my contact information will be saved into your phone. So it's a great time to scan that QR code and make sure that my information is saved in your phone. Because if you ever have questions or if anything comes up, please feel free to contact me. Again, email is great, or you can text me or call me. I'm always happy to answer your questions and help get you the resources that you need so that you feel the best supported here at UW during your time.